Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a sketchbook tour of these. I've never actually finished a sketchbook, so none of them are even halfway done. But we'll see what we see. And we're going to start with this one and go to the newest, which is this one, but this one's a bit different. But I think you'll like what's inside it. So this is from Ryman. As you can see, I don't like to spend a lot of money on my sketchbooks because if I mess it up, I feel worse. This is one of the first lighthouses that I drew. I think it's in California. The lighthouse, I'm not sure where this one is, but I do like drawing lighthouses. And this has got palm trees on, which is very me, as you'll see through the course of the sketchbooks. Prove that I can actually draw a 3D house once in a while, but I'm not actually a fan of it. I think the look of it looks too much architectural, so I tend to stick with the front-on houses. This is Lohock Tower in Jersey. A lot of my drawings are off Google Maps, so I don't actually see them in real life, but I was in Jersey a month or so ago and I saw it outside of the bus window and I thought, I noticed that. So I went onto Instagram and scrolled down to check that it was right, and it was. Some different trees. I think all of these are in Italy. That is just straight up terrible. But some things have to be. These are pub prints in Durham. Some tree studies that I did for my grandma who wanted some for her wall, so I did some studies before I did some final work. Snow scene with snowy trees. You see quite a lot of those. I love doing snow scenes and I especially do them a lot during the winter time. More snow scenes. They really work when you're using white paper, so you can use the white paper as the snow. I think this is in Durham, but I'm not sure. But I like it, it's cute. And the tire swing tree. And that's the end of this sketchbook. That's how much I finished, so I'm really not a sketchbook enthusiast. It's my second one. I got it at Paper Chase. It's a bit battered because I took it to London in the bottom of a backpack. Some random feathers that I did in pencil. I was going to finish the whole page, but the fact that I didn't shows my work ethic. Like drawing dilapidated and sometimes abandoned houses and buildings, and South America is good if you want to do this. I think these trees are in the roadside in Chile, I think. I'm not sure. Another thing that was on the roadside. I especially like the washing hanging out in this one. and a tree that I drew while sitting in either St. James's Park or Green Park, I'm not sure. It's one of the favouriteest trees that I have drawn out of all my trees. I think I have about 4 versions of this one. Cute house in an English village. More palm trees. I think that was in Durham as well, but I'm not sure. Mountains. I've actually drawn a lot more mountains than are in my sketchbooks, but I like to draw on loose paper most of the time. It's the first variant of the backwards Y-shaped tree, which I think was also in Chile. I've done a lot of versions of these ones, which are hanging on various walls of friends and family. Some snow scenes, but with a little shack. I thought that one would go on a bit longer. So to my more recent one, I got this journal for my sister for Christmas. She brought it back from Paris. This is San Francisco. I drew with pencil and Faber-Castell brush pens. I originally wanted to start trying a lot of different techniques and pens and pencils and different things like that to push myself to try different things, but I quickly went back to pen. These are some snow studies that I did in the run-up to my exhibition in Scotland. I didn't really know what I wanted to draw, so I just went back to my basics, which are snow trees. I drew this one on a train up to Edinburgh. This is a tattoo design that I did for a friend, which is her little cat on the swing. I really like this one. And this is another half design for a tattoo that I did for a friend, which I scanned and added a deer and a moon. More palm trees. I was going to do postcards of palm trees, and it was set up like those 3. When I started this, I had no idea where I was going with it, but I kind of liked where I got to in the end. Perhaps an island or something, but I liked how it turned out. I think this is in Japan. Could be in Hong Kong. I think this one's definitely in Hong Kong. And that's that for that one. And this one's very different from the other ones. This is my Cubism sketchbook, where I draw more what's in my mind than what I see in front of me. And I also did the front, which is something that I haven't done for my others. A lot of the pages here took me about a week or at least a few days to do. They have meanings to me, like the birds and the background scenery, or the little pintily extras that I've added. That just means something to me, but I don't necessarily explain. That one, I drew a massive version on the floor of my sitting room. This carpet's down now, so you can't actually see, but it'll be there for when we get new carpets. But that one's on my Instagram, the floor version. It was inspired by a museum. That hinge-ass bird over there. It's a boat scene which I used as a study to draw the more condensed postcard one. And I did the boat scene, which is my favourite thing, and then I used that one as a study to draw that postcard, which I did a triptych of that one for my exhibition in Scotland. This in general is one of my favourite things I've perhaps ever drawn. I really like that one. Use this too as my studies book to hone my visions that I have of what I want to do. Not keen on this one. I posted that side to Instagram, but I kept that side off. I do like the posters on the walls though. Outside the window is quite nice. I do like how it's patterned, but don't suppose we can like everything we do. This is a drawing of a photograph of me and my friend Holly in, I think, the Victorian Albert Museum. This is probably the quickest thing that I've drawn in this. It took about 5 minutes. But I just wondered if I could draw a group without looking at an actual image, and I did. That was good. And this was just essentially practicing faces. I drew another version of that one as well, but I don't have that one anymore. The front of it was based on what I did for her hair. I quite like doing patterns. Might add more of that to this book. A coffee shop scene. Kind of a mix of a more abstract like that one and more of the developed look like this one. Their faces are different, but I'm kind of experimenting with what's in my head. So there's a mix of the different types. a building scene. I really like this one. Hadn't drawn in months when I drew this one. So it distilled a confidence. And a little woodland scene, which I think took a night to do. And this one, which it has meaning to me. A lot of them actually have meaning to me. But I don't really like to explain it because I think art generally has meaning to the viewer, and I like to leave it up to you because it's a personal thing. And what I see in it isn't necessarily going to be how it resonates with you, and I don't necessarily think that it should. I really liked her face. I think I've actually got 2 versions of her face in this book somewhere. So those are my sketchbooks. So far, I will be carrying on to this one and this one. And probably in time I'll be adding and finishing those ones. But I have many years, hopefully, to my life yet to be doing that. So thanks for watching.